Welcome back to the IBFP. Here's your host, Boxing New.
Disclaimer, the views expressed in this video are solely based on facts. Yet some people will still deny the truth. You can't convince a moron not to be stupid. Welcome to another edition of the Unbiased Q&A with the IBFP. And we start with my brother Boxing Smarts 100. And he states, who's the best heavyweight in boxing right now? Is it Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, or Tyson Fury? And when you look at it, you look at the landscape and you base everything solely on facts. You look at Deontay Wilder. He lost his last fight by knockout. He was stopped in that fight. He lost brutally. He lost so bad that he was clapping his cheeks in the middle of the streets. I mean, this guy lost horribly. He blamed his loss on being dressed like Captain Crunch. I mean, the guy just had a bunch of excuses. Not only that, his resume is utter garbage. I mean, he's fighting guys from a nursing home. He's fighting Uber drivers, Walmart associates, McDonald's clerks. I mean, literally any and everybody but top-level fighters. His resume's trash. He has a poor skill set. And this is not hate. These are just simple facts. And when you look at Deontay Wilder, he could not be the best heavyweight in the division. And then you turn to Tyson Fury. You see Tyson Fury's best win of his career is, has a major asterisk by it. I mean, this guy failed a drug test for a banned substance. He refused to give Vladimir Klitschko a rematch, and he could have been juiced to the gills in that fight. So at the end of the day, when you look at Tyson Fury, there's a major asterisk by the biggest win of his career. Not only that, you also see that Tyson Fury literally has cherry-picked 99% of his resume is cherry picks. Uber drivers, grocery store clerks, Home Depot employees, anybody but top-level competition. Not only that, Tyson Fury also has a controversial decision win against John McDermott, where he really should have lost that fight. The majority of people watching that fight, even Tyson Fury's own father, thought John McDermott won that fight. So at the end of the day, Tyson Fury with only one belt, controversial victories, failed drug tests, and cherry picks, and the biggest win of his career outside of any of that is a hype job in Deontay Wilder. There's no way he's the best heavyweight in the division. And then you look at Anthony Joshua, you look at a guy who has no controversial decision wins. I mean, the guy either won or he lost, and he won in dominant fashion against elite level competition. I mean, the guy does not cherry pick. He has the best resume in the division, and he's fought the most top 10 fighters in the division out of every other fighter. He has the most belts. He's a unified heavyweight champion. Anthony Joshua has an elite skill set. He's constantly improving. He's constantly challenging himself. It's not even close that Anthony Joshua is the number one heavyweight in the division. But let's keep it going. The next one comes from my brother Jonathan Mudai, and he states, do you think that Andre Ward is really going to be useful in Caleb Plant's camp to help him win against Canelo? I think Andre Ward, being a former elite fighter, the guy's a Hall of Famer, former world champion, the guy was a special fighter. Andre Ward, his knowledge in Caleb Plant's camp is huge for Caleb Plant. I think that's a major benefit. You can't deny with the brilliance of a guy like Andre Ward, who's so talented, who's so smart, who's so skilled, who's a Hall of Famer. That's going to add value to Caleb Plant's camp. No matter what anyone says, they will add some value. The problem with this is it's not about Andre Ward, it's about Caleb Plant. When you look at Caleb Plant, there's nothing that Andre Ward can teach Caleb Plant that will get him the victory in this fight over Canelo Alvarez, in my opinion, and this is why. You cannot teach him experience. Andre Ward cannot teach Caleb Plant experience in the gym. He simply can't do it, and he's going to fall short of that on the night of the fight. Not only that, he can't coach Caleb Plant's chin. Canelo Alvarez only needs one shot, and he's going to have multiple opportunities to land it. And not only is Caleb Plant in with a guy who's more skilled, who's just as skilled as him, who has more experience and who has more power, Caleb Plant is going to be shocked by the levels in boxing the night he steps in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. He's never fought a guy anywhere near the level of Canelo Alvarez. People act like Canelo can't box. Canelo can box. He's an elite boxer. He has great head movement. His footwork has improved dramatically. So a lot of people don't give Canelo Alvarez the credit. He's being vastly underrated with his skill set. And at the same time, there's nothing Andre Ward can do to teach Caleb Plant experience or to even coach his chin? But let's keep it going. The next one comes from my brother Alex Chavez, and he states, where is the IBFP headquartered? The IBFP is headquartered in South Texas. But let's keep it going. The next one comes from Vigilante, and he states, what do you think of DBN hair products? You know, DBN, he sells a lot of different types of hair care products, and I'm not even going to hate on it because at the end of the day, I know those products worked because Floyd Mayweather uses them. They've worked on him. He had to stop pulling hair from his ass, putting it on his face. That's how I know those products worked. But let's keep it going. The next one comes from Jose Sanchez, and he states, do any of these channels you blast ever hit you up or want beef with you? Not at all. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm willing to debate any of these guys. I'm open for the smoke. If they want to debate, we don't have to make videos back and forth. We can simply set up a live debate and hash it out and get it all done. I'm happy to smoke any of these turkeys. The problem is these guys are running from the smoke. Look at a guy like Boxing Ego. Blocked me on Twitter. The guy wants no smoke. But let's keep it going. Then we get to moments are made now, and he states, can Oscar Valdez redeem his reputation as a warrior and elite fighter from this positive PED scandal? Any chance that Oscar Valdez had to redeem himself, it has went out the window. It's extremely difficult because he's not fessing up to anything. He's coming with inconsistent statements. And the biggest issue with all of this is the fact that he's not being punished by the WBC. The WBC is being openly biased, showing favoritism in their garbage truck juice, allowing Oscar Valdez to not be stripped of his title. That's unacceptable. They're also sanctioning his next fight, which makes no sense. Anything can happen in the ring, and the fact that they're not stripping him, they're sanctioning his fight. I mean, they're allowing this guy to get away with anything and everything. You're not allowed to break the rules and not be punished. This man should be fined, sanctioned. He should be banned, he should be fined, and he should be stripped of his belt. We have to keep that same energy with Oscar Valdez, but let's keep it going. The next one comes from Alexis Yepes, and she states, would you ever box Dante's Cheeseburger Nation? I'd be happy to box Dante's Cheeseburger Nation. I stay in the gym. I stay fit. I'm always ready, so I don't have to get ready. But the one thing I will tell you is Dante doesn't want to box me. He'd rather have a hot dog eating contest. Because men lie, women lie, but the facts don't lie.